I hope you're good. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what impressed me in Japan. Actually, there are so many things that I really liked there, but there are some things that were quite surprising. Not that it's bad or anything, but it was really hard for me to understand. Actually, I have 13 things to talk about. So let's start! First, the smoking areas. So basically, I'm talking as a French person, and everything that I noticed in Japan, it's not common here. So yeah, smoking areas. When you are in Japan, you can't smoke wherever you want. You have to go to some places called smoking areas. Actually, there are a lot of places like this, maybe 2 or 3 per street. But I think it's very good because you don't have cigarettes on the street, and that's why it's so clean in Japan, and I think it's a very good idea. Second, tobacco and drink machines. In every district of Tokyo, you have drinks machines everywhere. I think it's very good because when you're thirsty, you just have to use it, and it's so convenient actually. But you have also tobacco machines, and you can only use it if you're above 21 years old. So you have a special card or anything, I don't know how it works, and with this card you have to prove that you're above 21 years old, and then you can have some cigarettes. Why not? So as I said, I'm talking as a French person living in a small city, so maybe there are these things in France or in other countries, but I don't know. Third point, the Suica card. Actually, in Tokyo, I really like the principle of trains. In my city, it's very expensive. Like for just one station, it's €1.70, but you can walk from a station to another within 5 minutes. But in Japan, for one station, you have for maybe €1.50 for one station. But if you had to walk from a station to another one, you would take like 30 minutes. So I think it's not expensive. And with your train card, you can buy in companies. This is so great! Like you can put as much money as you want on your Suica card, and then you can go to a combini and just pay your food with it. And yeah, combinis. It's the short word for convenience stores, and it's always open, like every day of the week and every time. So this was the third speed point. 4. The left principle. It's very strange because in France we are more like right principle. When you're on an escalator, we are used to step on the right. When you walk on the escalator or on stairs, you are on the right. But in Japan, you're on the left. But in France, we don't really have this principle. It's very difficult when you want to go downstairs or upstairs. There's no principle, so people are just so messy here. 5. The lines before entering a train. This is the best idea ever. When you want to enter a train in Japan, you have 2 lines next to the entrance of the train, and you have to wait there until everyone is out the train, and then you can enter. This is so easy to do, but so convenient. Come on, we don't have that in France, and this is something that is really annoying because when you want to enter a tram, people are not waiting for you to step off the train. They're just going in, and sometimes you just can't go out the train, and it is so annoying. In France, people are just hustling for entering the train or the tram or even on the street. You are always in contact with people. But in Japan, it will never happen. I never had to deal with this situation there. 6. The weather. The humidity there is so incredible. As you might know, I have curly hair, and it is a real problem for everyday life in Tokyo. I can't even brush my hair. If I brush it, it would just go fluffy and messy, and this is the only bad point of being in Japan, I guess. And I'm not going to talk about the earthquakes and the typhoons. I could experience both. 7. When there are typhoons or it's really rainy, people are selling umbrellas everywhere. When you want to go in a store or in a museum or something, there are some plastic bags where you can put your umbrella in it so you don't put water everywhere. This is a very simple idea, but it's so smart. 8. Don't be surprised if you go to Tokyo and you can't find a trash or a bench. You can find some in parks. You can find trashes in the subway stations, but in the street you won't find any bench and any trashes. They had a terrorist attack in 1995, and since that time they decided to remove everything. 9. So one day I was in a combini and I saw ice bags, like ice cubes in a bag. and you had to pay for it. I didn't understand the principle of it. You can make some at your place and it doesn't cost anything. Or if you buy some, by the time you go home, it would just melt. felt. So maybe it's just in emergency cases, but otherwise I don't understand, really. I'm sorry. Then the distributors in front of ramen shops. In some ramen shops or other restaurants, there is a machine above the restaurant with everything they have, and you can just press on what you want, pay there, have your tickets, and when you enter the restaurant, they will call your number and you can eat. I love it. Like, you don't have to wait. Oh, 10B. When it's summer in Japan, every time you enter a coffee or a restaurant, they give you a glass of very cold water. Summer in Japan is so harsh. Harsh or rough. I think harsh is better. Summer in Japan is so harsh. You are always thirsty and you can't go anywhere without your plastic bottle. So I think it's very great when you enter a restaurant, they offer you a drink. This is very good. 11. Nampa. Nampa in Japan is a type of flirting. I could meet some guys that were practicing nampa and they were trying to flirt with me, but when I said, no, it's okay, sorry, I have to leave, they were just fine with it. Like in France, if someone comes to you and starts to flirt with you, most of the time it's more like, yo, what up, can I get your number? And when you say, no, I'm okay, bye, they just run after you and say, you're a you're a But in Japan, nampa are just saying, okay, bye. 12. People are always on their phone. I thought that we as French people were addicted to our smartphones and stuff like that. But in Japan, this is so worse. I am a lot on my phone. This is a fact. But when I was in the train, I wasn't on my phone actually. I was just watching people around me. And they were all like, maybe they were just playing Pokemon Go, I don't know. And 13! So, it's still in the train station. Sorry, I'm just smiling. I'm trying to... This is so hard because this is so funny for me. But actually, it's a real thing that is very serious, so I shouldn't laugh. You have panels or signs everywhere in the train station saying, don't take pictures of girls' skirts. When I saw that, I just looked at it and I read that and I was like, are you serious or something? And actually, I have more things to tell you, but I think it's enough for today. So I'm gonna leave you there. I really hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you liked this video. Don't forget to comment and to subscribe to my channel. And also, don't forget to ask me questions on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag #AskNyappy. Of course, you can also comment on this video. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye!